Okay, so you've all gone to week 7 module, is that correct? And then you've downloaded Chupacabra and Chupacabra sources. The first one you're going to have open is going to be Chupacabra, and that is the document from which we're going to be working. Now, this is the last, you might say, full-blown Microsoft Word set of assignments you're going to be working with. And we're going to go through, in essence, as if you were creating a term paper or a research paper. And so what we have is I've given you the text, so you do not have to type anything in. What you're going to be doing is formatting the text. So you want your document to be full screen. And the first thing we are going to do is that every research paper, term paper, and the like should have a cover page to it. So the way we would be working with a cover page is if you look on your tools, your menu bar, and if you click Insert, you'll note in the upper left, you'll see Pages. And if you click the drop-down Pages, you'll see that there is another icon that reads Cover Page. And when you click on Add Cover Page, it gives you several options now. Do you all see several options for cover page? So it's Insert Cover Page. So just for our purposes, scroll down to Filigree and click on Filigree. The Filigree cover page will automatically be inserted into the very first page of your document. And then you'll note that it will be titled Page 1 of 5 if you look to the lower left. Now where it reads Document Title, if you click in Document Title, you'll see that it'll become highlighted. So in there, you're going to type the Chupacabra. And if you'll scroll down to where it reads Document Subtitle, what you're going to do is you'll click on Document Subtitle, and you're going to type your name. So my name is Stephen Fadden, so I'm going to type in Stephen Fadden. Space, and then Tech, T-E-C-H, 101, space, in class, assignment. Now you'll note that in class, if you typed it all as one word, will have the red squiggly line under it. What does that tell you? It may be misspelled. So what do you do to check on it? You right-click on it, and you will click on the first option, which reads In Class. And then you're going to save that document. So if you go to File, Save As, and then at the very beginning of the Chupacabra, and I've got to save to my desktop, put your last name. So in my case, it's Fadden Chupacabra, and then I'll click Save. Are we all there? Now I want to do something with the view. So if I click on view, remember sidebar? So if I go to view, sidebar, thumbnail, what's going to appear? Thumbnails will appear on the left side of your screen, and you'll note that page 1 is the title page you just inserted. So an easy way to get to page 5, for example, would be to scroll down and then click page 5. But that's not what we're going to do for our first set of operations after this. So scroll back up now to page 2 instead. The very first words should read, the Chupacabra. Now what we're going to do is you're going to click back on the Home tab, which is in the upper left of your screen. You're going to click on Design. If you click on Home, you'll see that a different set of tools appears. If you click on Insert, a different set of tools appears. If you click on Design, a different set of tools appears. And you're going to select a theme. So you'll click the drop down in the upper left that reads Theme. And theme will give you, we'll just go with, on this one, let's try, oh heck, I'm feeling very earthy today. Let's go with organic. And you'll note when you click organic, it changes the typeface. Did all of your typefaces change when you clicked organic? Is that a yay or a nay? Okay, and what type of font is this? Is this a serif or sans serif? Everybody just lost 100 points. Yeah. But you've already lost 100 points. Okay, so, all right, because serif is the adornment on letters that gives fonts a distinctive look. Sans means without. Okay, so I'll give you one more chance to get that 100 points back. Is this a serif or sans serif font? Serif. Okay, good. Click on themes again and go to depth instead. Is depth serif or sans serif? Okay, you're still good to go. So you've got the theme chosen. Which did we choose for? Okay, we choose depth as the theme. What we are going to do now is we're going to click on the Home tab again. And you should see styles with a drop down. You all see styles? Okay, what I'm going to do is, when I click that drop down, various options appear to me. Do you all get the same thing when you click styles drop down? Various options appear? So what we're going to do then is we're going to start to stylize this document. And this is all being recorded, by the way, so if you're a little bit behind, you can sit in the tutoring center on your own computer and go over this again with a tutor or on your own. So you're going to position the cursor next to the Chupacabra, the very first line in the document. And when you click Styles, you're going to call that heading 1, where it reads the Chupacabra. And you should see a change occur on that line. Did you all see that change?
Yeah, I see it.
I'm sorry?
Because Word it doesn't have styles.
If you click back on your home tab,
All of our words are different.
all of your words are different.
Yeah. Are you? Or sorry.
Now click on home.
Oh, you did it.
You've got now next to the top, right? Click on heading 1.
I'm having trouble. Got my styles.
Okay, the way you'll find styles is you will click on design, themes first, depth, now home. These click up here. Okay, click that green jelly bean. Okay, now move that back up. Do not close this. All right, as soon as you click up here, this changes. Erase this menu up here. Now, if you click over here, these are the styles. So if you click next to the Chupacabra, and then you click drop down, or if you just hit heading 1. Okay?
What's the first one?
What you're going to do now is you'll scroll down to where it reads name on a single line. You're also going to designate that as heading 1. You'll do the same for history. You'll do the same for appearance. The same for reputed origin. So anytime you see what looks like a title that's not a complete sentence, reputed recent sightings, you're going to designate that as heading 1. In popular culture, and then just to make sure you've got it, click Save. This is history. Click on history, and then click heading 1. Do the same thing on appearance. Click heading 1. Higher. Heading 1. Try reputed recent sightings. Click heading 1. Scroll down further. Just go like this. Okay, that might be easier if you're getting to the next line. Okay, keep hitting the down space. Keep going. Keep going. You'll get there. Keep going. Okay, where it says in popular culture, click back up to in popular culture with the arrow. Okay, go up, the up arrow. There you are. Now click heading 1. Over here, use the mouse to click heading 1. All right, what we're going to do now, you're going to click on the Insert tab again. And you'll note to the kind of middle or right of your screen where it reads Header and Footer. Click the drop down and click Header. You'll see 3 options present themselves to you. If you click blank, 3 columns. On the very leftmost, type Chupacabra. Or I'm sorry, the Chupacabra. Where it says type here in the middle, highlight it and hit the delete. And over on the right-hand side, type your last name, where it says type here. And once you have done so, click Close. And you'll note then, on every page, the Chupacabra, except for the title page, will be at the left side of the page, and your last name should appear at the right side of the page. Did we all get that to occur? We jamming. Now we're going to insert a footer. So if we click Insert, scroll over to Header and Footer, and in this case, we'll put page number. So it says Add Page Numbers. So if you click the drop down, click Page Number, and it gives you choices of where to insert the page number. We want it at the bottom of the page, at the right-hand side of the page, and we do not want a page number on the first page. So we leave that box unclicked. So now when we click OK, if you look at the bottom, you should see the page number ascending from 2, 3, 4, and 5. Did we all get this to occur? Once you have done so, click Save. Now we want to check the margins on the document. So if you click File and Page Setup, where it reads paper size US letter, you're going to change that. I'm sorry, not US letter. Format for any printer. If you have printers hooked up to your computer, it will show you which printers are available to you. But we're not going to be printing this document. I'm showing you what that does first. If we go to US letter, depending on the type of design that we're doing, so US letter will show us it's 8.5 if you mouse over. So mouse over the US letter option, and you'll note that a little window will pop up that reads 8.5 by 11 inches. It's showing top 1/4 inch, bottom 1/4 inch. Try clicking Manage Custom Sizes. You could, depending on the size of the paper you're using, set the custom sizes here. Click Cancel. And click Cancel again. Now, before you click Cancel, there is an icon that reads a person. Looks like they're standing with an arrow going up. That's Portrait. If you were to click on the one next to it, that is Landscape, and it will drastically change your layout, because it now changes it to 11 by 8.5, 11 inches wide and 8.5 tall. But I don't want it that way, so what do I do to undo this operation? Command Z. What you're going to do now then, if you click on Home, we now want to change the spacing on the document. Because right now it's single spaced. If we were to click on the icon that has opposing arrows where it says line and paragraph spacing, click that drop down and then bring it to 1.5. One key step I forgot to tell you before you do that, I'm going to Command Z here, is that if you want to do this to the whole document, how do you select all of the text in the document? What 2 keystrokes? Command A. So if I do Command A, and then I do the line spacing to 1.5, now you'll note, just by doing that, a 5-page document just turned into how many pages? About 6.5, almost 7. Now, in some classes where you have page expectations for your assignments, and the teacher will say, all right, I want this assignment to be, 9 pages, and you've only got 3 pages. Now, I've seen people take 3 pages and turn it into 9 pages by doing what? By triple spacing, all right, not double, all right? So you've taken 3 pages of crap and you've turned it into 9 pages of crap. It's still 3 pages of crap. Right, so whenever you have text specs that are in an assignment, you want to ask your instructors, do you want that single spaced, double spaced? All right, so we're going to leave it there. So we've got it set at, what the heck? Give me a chance here. Hold on here. Back to Chupacabra. All right, you're going to save. And what we need to do now is you'll note that you have a whole bunch of underlined red words. So if you right-click under Chupacabra, what we're going to do is we're going to add that to the dictionary. And you'll note now, every instance, if we click Add to Dictionary, come on, don't give me that crap. Something's funky with my dictionary. If you ever get that incident then, what you're going to do is ignore all, because you know it's spelled right. So if I click Ignore All on Chupacabra, if I right-click, Ignore All, every incident of Chupacabra is going to vanish. If I right-click on Chupacabras, Ignore All, so any plural instance. So you'll go through every instance of a red underlined character or word. You'll right-click and ignore all. And I am not sure why my dictionary is not working. So I'm having to do this as a Band-Aid approach. Oi.
How about close-up?
I'm sorry?
What about close-up?
Close up.
Does there supposed to be a space?
I'm not understanding what you're saying.
Under reputed recent sightings, close-up, should there be a space between close
You're probably further ahead of me. Repeated sightings. If you right-click, that actually should have a hyphen. Thank you for calling that out. You see where it reads O-D-O-U-R in rank Odor? That's a British spelling or a French spelling. We want it to be the American spelling. I'm an American.
What wrestler always says that?
What was that?
What wrestler always says that?
I know Randy Macho Man used to say that. Oh, he said it like he was constipated. I'm an American. Hulk Hogan, I think, used to do that too.
Yeah.
And you never want to watch wrestling with my family because they believe it's happening. So you're going through and you're getting rid of any instance of something that could be misspelled. You'll note where it says Dexter and Dee Dee, for example. Dee Dee is a name. If you right-click, it'll say delete the repeated word. No, leave it. Anti-Semitic should be hyphenated. What does anti-Semitic mean? You'll note that where it reads hunt for the chupacabra, we know that's a misspelling. However, my dictionary won't let me correct that, so I'm going to have to manually correct that. I am not sure why this is not allowing me to do that. Cabra. So once you've gone through, check the spelling and the like, you save your document. Now what you're going to do is you're going to open up a web browser and you're going to type in chupacabra image. And we're going to look for a picture of a chupacabra. I'm going to click on one of those images. I'm going to right-click and click Save Image As. And I'm going to save it to my desktop as a JPEG. So find an appropriately fearsome image of Chupacabra. And you can't use my picture because I'm Dr. Chupacabra. Do you all have an image of Chupacabra? Once you have that image, you're going to scroll down on page 1 to the line where it reads, with a row of spines reaching from the neck to the base of the tail, and you're going to hit the text insertion or the cursor so that it's blinking after the word tail, period, and hit the space bar once.
Which page?
Page 1. And then you're going to click on Insert tab. You're going to click Pictures. Picture from File. You'll go to your desktop and you'll click the image that you just downloaded and click Insert. And the image will appear. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take one of those little dragger handles in the upper right, hold the mouse key down, and you are going to shrink that image. So that it fills up about half of a page of text. leaving the image highlighted now, oh, picture format. So with that highlighted, you see the tab that reads Picture Format, and you're going to click on the drop-down Arrange. And then you will mouse over to where it says Wrap Text. You'll click the drop-down again, and if you scroll down to Tight, for example, you'll see how the text wraps around the picture. And if I drag that picture, so if I mouse over the picture and I hold the left mouse key down and I drag it over to the other side of the screen, notice what happens to the text as I move it around.
What did you click
I'll go over it again. With the image highlighted, in picture format, I went to Arrange, Wrap Text, and I clicked on Tight. Did we all get the text to rearrange? Did I hear a no down there? Okay, if you click on the picture, and then click on picture format, and then wrap text, and then tight, and then shrink the picture.
Is mine good enough?
Oh yeah, John. Yep, John.
Yeah.
Sometimes your term papers will require you to have illustrations, or if you're submitting a proposal for a installation, a show, this is a way to add illustrations. Now, if there's something you could do with this document, is if I right-click on the document, I could insert a caption. And where it reads Figure 1, it says Label, Figure. If I click New Label, I could type in the chupa, I'm going to call it the cute chupacabra. Cute. And you'll note that the label now reads the cute chupacabra. I want the label to appear below the selected item, and now when I click OK, a little box appears below, and then I can delete that little 1. You'll note that text box is the same width as the image, and if I want that title to be dead center of the image, now if I moved up to text formatting and I click Center Text, I now have the label centered on the image. Click that image again, and then click the Insert tab, and leave it there, and go back to the page you downloaded it from. And if I click into that URL, and then I hit Command C to copy that link. And I'll go back now to my document, and with that image highlighted now, if I click on links, and I'll click hyperlink. And if I click in address, and I type Command V, which is to paste, and I click OK, and I'm going to click Save. You'll note now, after I've saved, if I mouse over that image, what used to be a cursor turns into a hyperlink. And if someone clicks on it, it takes them to that page. That is a way to make an image active in a document. You could have it so that someone clicks on an image and they actually go to a movie instead. So we've added a hyperlink to an image now. Are we all there? Save your document.
Word. Oh my god.
If you click on the insert again, you could go to movie, you could go to audio. All right, that's one of the wonderful things about Microsoft Word now is there's a wide range of things that you can insert. All right, so there's several ways to do that. Make sure you've saved.
Okay.
Click back on the Home tab. And now click on References. And a different set of tools appears for you. We're now going to create a table of contents. So you'll see Table of Contents over at the left-hand side, and when I click Table of Contents, we're going to click on Classic. And I screwed up big time. Oh! All right, I got to Command Z that. Because I want the table of contents to be at the very beginning of the document. So I go to the title page. So I'm going to be clicked on page 1. So I'm going to go back to View, Sidebar, Thumbnail. I'll go back to page 1. And I'm going to insert first a page. Just a blank page. So I should have the title page, And you'll note that if the blank page appeared above your table of contents, all you need to do to rearrange the pages is if you hold down the table of contents page, you should be able to drag it back up. Story of my life. So page 2 should be a blank page. This is where I'm going to insert the table of contents. So by clicking on References, Table of Contents, Classic. So I now have a title page, followed by the table of contents. And you'll note that that table of contents is active. So if I click on Appearance, it takes me to Appearance in the document.
Oh.
Save your document.
No, you just.
You're going to scroll to the section that reads Name. You're going to click at the very end of that section, Los Chupacabras. Now we're going to insert a footnote. Now a footnote would appear at the bottom of the page. An endnote would appear at the end of the document. So we want a footnote that references Los Chupacabras. So if we click Insert Footnote, you'll note that Los Chupacabras now has a 1, and then there is a section at the bottom of the page that reads 1. And in that footnote, you're going to write the goat sucker, chupacabra, is not to be confused with the bane of our existence, comma, Dr. Chupacabra, comma, capital P, lowercase h, D, period. So the goat sucker chupacabra is not to be confused with the bane of our existence, Dr. Chupacabra, PhD. And then save. That's how you insert a reference to something within the body of the text. It's a little bit of additional information. When a person sees that one, they have the choice. Do I want to know a little bit more, or do I want to just keep on reading? And it's a footnote. It appears at the bottom of the page. If it's an endnote, where does it appear? If it's an endnote, where does it appear? At the end of the paper, at the end of the document. So you've all saved? we are now going to click on APA while we're still in references, and we're going to scroll down to MLA, which stands for Maryland Language Association, I believe. And then we're going to click on citations. If I click, do y'all have this menu in front of you now? MLA with double click to insert citations. I'll run over this again. Click on the citations. Double click to insert. And then now you're going to click the plus. You should all see create new source in front of you. Once you've got that, you're going to go back to the other file you downloaded now, which is Chupacabra Sources. And you're going to open that. Got to find the bloody thing first. Give me a second here. Okay, so I have a source here that reads, James, Robert, How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Chupacabra by Mad Norwegian Press, November 2014. So now, going back to the other document, add a citation. So if I were to do this with the author, I'm just going to type in Robert James, title, How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Chupacabra. Hypothetically, I'm just going to call this Prentice Hall. For the city, I'll put New York. For the state, New York. The year, I'll type in 2014. Now you'll note that it says type of source, book. You all see book at the top? If this was a website, well, first I'm going to click OK to save it. And then I'm going to click plus to add another source, add citations. And you'll see where it reads book. If I click drop down, suppose it's a website. I could scroll down to website. I could put the author of the article that I was referencing, the name of the web page that I was referencing, The URL, I could provide the link, the year, month, and day that that particular item was published on the web. And for that matter, and if you see an asterisk, this means it's required. I'm sorry, recommended. So I could say if it's 2016, I would type in 2016. So author, I'm going to put Dr. Chupacabra. PhD. Name of the web page. My alter ego, ALTER, ego. Name of the web page. Name of the website would be You're Never Alone with a Schizophrenic. URL will be www.iaia.edu. We'll say the year was 2014. The month we'll say June. The day we'll say 12. The year accessed would be 2016. The month accessed is September. The day accessed is the 26th. Now, why won't it let me? Are you able to see OK or save in the lower left side of your screen? Okay, I don't know why mine's not letting me do that. So you'll do that anyway. So you'll save that. Damien, why you do this to me? Hold on a second here. I'll see if I can get the menu to System Preferences, Displays. Maybe that'll do it. Got to shrink it drastically here to be able to click OK. So you now have two references, one of them a book, the other a website. All right, so if you were to scroll down now to Appearance on page 4 and put the cursor next to Kangaroo, with citations still open now, if I double click Dr. Chupacabra, PhD, my alter ego, what just occurred? Dr. Chupacabra just appeared. If I scroll down to Reputed Origin, we'll say running down a rabbit or deer, and that would be on page 5. And I double click on James Robert, How I Learned to Stop. It will now show James. Once you've inserted those two, save.
What was the other one? The second one?
It's supposed to be next to running down a rabbit or deer on page 5.
What about the first one?
The first one should be on page 4, next to the word kangaroo. Make sure you've saved your document. You're going to scroll down to page 7 now. And you'll see where it reads, the chupacabra has appeared in various science fiction and monster movies. After the word including, so you'll put the cursor right next to the G on including, and you're going to put a colon. And then you're going to hit return. And you're going to highlight all the way from Chupacabra, Dark Seas, all the way down to the end of the document. And we're going to turn this into a bulleted list. So if I were to click on the Home tab, and then click Bulleted List under Bullets, all of those items should now be bulleted. And then I'm going to save. The last operation you're going to perform is called a block quote. Suppose you have taken a section of text word for word from another author, and it's a rather long block of text. You know what to do?
You return and you change the spacing to single spacing and center.
Okay, so we're going to highlight another less common first, all the way down to, so you're going to go to Appearance on page 4, and highlight that whole block of text.
And then indent.
If you were to click Indent, increase indent, and then you change the spacing to single spacing. And then, since this is a direct reference from Dr. Chupacabra, if we place the cursor at the end of holes and we double click on Dr. Chupacabra, we've noted that it's a block text that's been called out. We put the reference. We then highlight the whole bit of text, and if we went to these styles, and you scroll down to quote, for example, you'll note that it centered all the text. So you don't want to do that. So even though it's a quote, generally when you do that, it will center the text. So instead we just leave it as it is. Once you've got that, click Save. You are now going to save this file to your OneDrive account, and then you're going to submit it in Blackboard